So what are the Akashic Records and how can they help you? Hi and welcome. I'm Sonia Davis, Spiritual Life Strategist. Welcome to my Wednesday wanderings in the park in the sunshine. It's a beautiful day. We're not quite in full summer temperatures yet, but it is gorgeous and I'm loving the sunshine. So I hope you are too. So I'm going to take a little wander through the park and answer this question about what are the Akashic Records and how can they actually help you? Because it's such a great question. And by the way, if you ever have your own question, just let me know and I'm very happy to answer it in one of my weekly Wednesday wanderings. The Akashic Records. Sounds very fancy, doesn't it? And if you're not familiar with them, it's a bit like, what is that? So, the Akashic Records comes from the word Akash or Akash, people pronounce it differently, comes from the Sanskrit word that means sky. Everyone has their own Akashic Records. Every single human being, every single living being, it's not just humans, has their own Akashic Records. And think of it like a library, a giant library of a record of every single thing that you have ever done. Every decision you've made, every road you've travelled on, every choice you've made, every contract you've signed, everything you've ever done in this lifetime and every other lifetime you've ever existed since your soul's creation. Since your soul disconnected from divine source to have an existence, to have different incarnations. And that's what the Akashic Records is. And it's like a database of the energy of all of those decisions, all of those actions, all of those choices. I'm just taking a little diversion here to say hello to a tree. Love this tree, it's gorgeous. Look. Oh, hello tree. Oh, the sunshine, and oh, it feels a good day to be alive. So yeah, the Akashic Records record everything that you've ever done, but on an energetic level in all of your lifetimes. Now, that sounds quite, could sound quite overwhelming. Let's keep going down this way. But actually, it's amazing because it means that everything you've ever done holds an energetic imprint. It was Albert Einstein. I'm trying to hold my camera so you know I haven't got the sun going straight into you. Not the easiest, but anyway, we'll keep going. It was Albert Einstein who said that everything is energy and that's all there is to it. And I love that because it's true. You are made up of energy. If we get into physics, the first law of thermodynamics, God, I sound geeky, don't I? I'm not, I promise, but I do like this stuff. First law of thermodynamics is that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just is. How are those light codes? I'm getting distracted today, sorry. It's such a beautiful day and I'm loving it. So, if energy can never ever be created or destroyed, it just changes form. That means the energy of everything you've ever done is held in a record somewhere, and that somewhere is your Akashic Records. It logs everything on an energetic level. Now, why is that important? Why do we need to know that? So, the Akashic Records holds the opportunity in a safe way, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. It holds the opportunity in a safe way for you to access those and to see where there are energetic imprints that might be holding you back. Let me give you an example, and this is a common one that I use in my one-to-one sessions with clients. If you've ever been married, let's say hypothetically, you've been married, then you got divorced, you moved on, right? So from a human conscious level, at the point that you chose to get married, you made a contract. You signed a contract, you spoke a vow of commitment to that person, right? Now, the energy of that is in your Akashic Records. Now, when that relationship then ends, in whatever form it ends, let's assume it's a really friendly ending. I mean, this doesn't have to be negative, right? That marriage ends. You go through a divorce process, which is releasing that contract. And as far as you then go through all the healing process and everything that happens with that, you move on and you get to a place where, that marriage, let's never speak of it again. Let's almost act like it didn't happen, maybe, if you're in that position. Now, that's perfect. And on this human earth, as far as you're concerned, as far as your brain is concerned, that contract that you originally made it's null and void, it's gone, it's over, it's done. Never again. And that's perfect. Except the energy of the original vow might still be there. Because unless you've gone in and done the work on the energy of that contract, when you've ended it, that contract, that vow is still there. And that holds you back. And it can hold you back without you even realising it. So, how does that play out? Well, it can play out in a number of ways, but it can be all sorts of things like sabotaging future relationships. There will be something energetically not allowing you to make the full commitment to a new relationship, a new marriage, a new partner, whatever it may be. And that also doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, it can be others as well. That vow can hold you back in ways that you're not even aware of. Now, that's one example, but I'm sharing that one because it's relatable and many, many people understand that one, right? So the Akashic Records allows you to go in and find that energetic block, that old vow that's holding you back without you even knowing. It's like it's tethering you and pulling you backwards as you try to move forward, but it's holding you back. You're dragging this weight behind you, and it stops you thriving. When you go into the Akashic Records, you can release that energy, that energetic element of that vow, of that contract, so that you can then move forward. And honestly, it is life-changing. I discovered the Akashic Records probably only a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I can't remember the exact date. And one of the things with walking around the park is that other people look at you going, are you really just talking into your phone like that? Is that a person or are you videoing? Anyway, I don't really care. I'll stop in a minute on a bench and talk to a tree and stuff. So when I discovered the Akashic Records, for me personally, there was something about them. For me, in my soul, it felt like coming home. And I just instantly knew I was meant to work in the Akashic Records. Now, since then, I've done so much work. I go into my Akashic Records literally every single day. If you follow me on my social media, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, etc., the first post I do every single day, I am inside my Akashic Records, my Akashic business records, making an energetic connection with my ideal client and speaking to them in their language rather than my own. It is my words, but it's communicating with them in things that they want to know about. And that's what I do. I'm going to have a sit here, on this bench for a minute. So my first post of the day is done from inside my Akashic Records, my Akashic business records, in fact, because you have a business chamber as well. I basically make decisions about my business inside my Akashic business records. And I go in every single day. And it's never ever let me down. Big decisions. I do my 3-month vision planning for my business inside my Akashic Records, and it really helps me get clear. It helps me get downloads. It helps me channel. I get really deeply connected with my guides. I get great advice. I get very clear I also do use pendulum as well and do pendulum healing, but I also use a pendulum for decision making, but inside my Akashic Records. And that means I can, it helps me decide things like, well, what offer should I put out today? Where should I focus? I did a 3-month plan just a couple of weeks ago and decided which offers am I going to focus on this 3 months, and came up with I had a few options I could have gone with, and it was very clear. No, stick with the transformation portal, and if you want details on that, let me know. It's 1 month of one-to-one in your Akashic Records, and it literally changes your life. And also Akashic card readings, which is another thing that I really love doing. And I use Akashic Oracle cards, Marina Beach's Akashic Oracle cards. Those are so potent and powerful. And those were the things that my guide said, no, for these 3 months, focus on those. And I've got to relaunch I'm about to relaunch my membership, but that will be in a few weeks' time. So keep an eye out for that. If you want details, let me know. And it was my Akashic Records. Being inside my Akashic Records helps me to tap into that in a really clear and safe way. Now, why is working in the Akashic Records safer? So, the Akashic Records give you, there's a technique, a protocol, if you like, that you use when you enter your Akashic Records, that means that you are not allowing in anything that's of any negative energy. It gives a layer of almost like protection around you. It's like having a shield around you. It's like going into a safe room to clear out energy blocks, to heal old wounds. I've done so much past life work in my Akashic Records. Healing my witch wound. I mean, good grief, that was horrendous and painful, because I was literally burned alive as a witch in a previous lifetime. And in clearing that, I went through the experience of that again, and that was not pleasant, let me tell you. But that was a very extreme example, and if I'd tried to do that outside of my Akashic Records, I wouldn't have had the extra support and guidance and input from my guides holding me safely as I did that work, and it would probably have been really, really traumatic. As it was, the trauma, I had to relive the experience it was probably only a few seconds, and then release it, and I was instantly bathed in this beautiful, releasing, healing light, and felt amazing, and it has changed so much for me. The other thing about the Akashic Records is it really does transcend time, because you're accessing every lifetime you've ever existed. And the Akashic Records allows you to go, right, let's heal that thing from 3 lifetimes ago. And it's gone in a second. It's instant. And it's just a beautiful way of really accelerating your growth and your progress. And I love it. That's one of the reasons I love it, because I love playing with time. Time is a big thing for me. I am a time master. I also discovered that I'm a Pleiades council member. And one of the things I am for the Pleiades is a record keeper, a wisdom keeper on the council, for the Council of Pleiades. So working in the Akashic Records, when I discovered them again myself in this lifetime, was like, I know all of this. I've done a qualification around, which is a tool and a training for my current human brain to give me a mechanism to access them safely and securely and all the rest of it. But actually, my soul knew the Akashic Records the instant it saw them, because I am an Akashic master at a soul level. And that's why I get the results that I do with my clients. I have clients who've come to me for one session and it's literally changed everything for them, changed their whole life. I did an Akashic business session probably about 6 weeks ago now, at the time of recording this. And the feedback from that client is that it's literally changed their whole life. They've got confirmation on their business, they know the direction they're going, they know exactly what they're doing, and they are showing up with all the confidence. And they had limiting beliefs before, and they had a blockage from a past life. They also had an entity attachment, so where a negative entity has come and attached themselves into their spiritual body. And we got rid of all of that instantly, and it's like the whole thing is gone. And it's difficult to describe unless you've been through it, but in the Akashic Records, when you release an energy block, whatever energetic block it is, the change and relief from that is instant. There's no sitting there going, I sort of feel better, but no, it's instantaneous. It's so powerful, and I love it. So that's what the Akashic Records are. You might have heard of them before. They're referenced in the Bible. They're sometimes called the Book of Life, the Book of Remembrance. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful way to deal with energy and to get healing and to get insights and wisdoms and to connect with your guides more closely so that you can understand what the most aligned pathway is for you moving forward. And that's something that I personally find really powerful, and that's what I love unlocking for my clients as well. I've never yet had a client, whatever type of work we've done in the Akashic Records, whether it's a card reading, an Akashic code clearance, which is all about your personal energy and things, or an Akashic business session, which is focusing on your business and the most aligned way to take that forward. I've never yet had anyone not have a positive experience. And I'm confident in saying that's because it's done in the Akashic Records. The other thing that I love about the Akashic Records is if you're not ready to deal with whatever it is that's coming up in that moment, it won't show itself. I go in and I do a whole load of research for the code clearance and the business sessions. I do a good couple of hours of research before the actual live one-to-one session. And if I'm not allowed, if your records aren't allowing me to see it, it's because you're not ready to deal with it yet. The only thing that's going to come up is things that you are ready to release and deal with in the moment. And I love that because it means there's no risk of you being completely overwhelmed by it because it's what you're ready for. There's a process of integration afterwards, and sometimes that can take time and sometimes it doesn't. Everyone's different, everyone's unique. But I find it such a privilege going into other people's Akashic Records and finding out what their blocks are and channeling the wisdom from their guides and then sharing it with them to unblock and free them. And it's so powerful and I love it. It is my heart's passion to do this work. So on that note, if there's anything you want to know more about the Akashic Records, do let me know. Honestly, some of this is difficult to describe in mere human words. So my recommendation, if you do want to know more, is to grab a session. You can get an Akashic card reading, which is so powerful. We do healing and things like that as well in there. That's just £144. So you could grab one of those if you wanted, just a try and see if you've never worked with them before. But if you wanted to go deeper, we've also got, like I say, the transformation portal, which is my main thing that I'm promoting at the moment. And that's 1 month of one-to-one support, and my goodness, we go deep in that. Wow, it's incredible, and that's done inside your Akashic Records. Whether that's your personal records, your business records, will depend on what needs clearing for you, what way we need to be focusing. But and that is £1,888 at the moment. It's going up to £2,500 at the next full moon at the time of recording this, which is on the 13th of April 2025. So if you're watching this after that date, then it's going to be 2,500 for that. But if you're watching it before, if you're watching this when I upload this on the Wednesday before then, before the Libra full moon, then it's 1,888. So drop me a note if you're interested in that. But if you want just a card reading, just to sort of give it a try and see how it works for you, then you can grab a card reading, and I'll put the link for that in the comments below this video. So there we go. That's a ramble, a Wednesday wanderings around my park talking about the Akashic Records in the sunshine, and it is beautiful, although very bright, and I really should have my sunglasses with me, but never mind, I forgot those. I'm going to leave that there. Please do help me out by liking this video and subscribing to my channel, because genuinely, it helps. I'm on a mission. I want to spread the word of this stuff. This isn't me. I'm not here to gatekeep this stuff. I'm here to spread the word and share it with as many people as possible. So the more you like and subscribe to this channel and like this video, the way the algorithms work is that more people will see it. It will show up in more people's feeds as suggestions. So, which means more people can be impacted by this, and that's what it's about for me. So, please do that, and feel free to share the link to this with anyone else you think might be interested. And yeah, and as I said at the start of this, if you've got any other questions you want me to answer on anything at all, please do let me know. I'm very happy to answer them in my weekly Wednesday wanderings. Other than that, have a wonderful rest of your week, and whenever you're watching this, I am sending you love. I am sending you the most beautiful energy right now, and all these light codes that are coming through. I mean, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? I'm sending them all to you. I'm sharing them to you. So I'm sending you joy and love, and take care, and I'll be back soon.